Hey everybody, welcome to The Good Feeling Life. I am Talia. Today I'm going to blow your mind in 10 minutes. So today I'm here to talk about how your pain is actually your power. And I'm going to try to make it make sense in a way that you've maybe never thought about it before. So let's just pretend for a moment that you have some sort of purpose. You have some sort of reason that you're here. This could be predetermined. It might be just, to do with your gifts and your talents. I don't know, but let's just pretend here that you have a purpose. And you're here to do something. You're here in some way to serve people, whether it's with your art or your inspiration or your story, or maybe your skills. Maybe you're great at math or you're great at architecture, or something that can serve other people. So we're all here with this purpose to help other people. And then our life is a grooming to turn us into that person. So I've always had this feeling that I'm meant to be big. And I don't necessarily just mean celebrity or super rich or something like that. What it is I've got a message. I've always been deeper than other people, more sensitive than a lot of my friends at the time. And I've always known that. So when I look at my story, I look at it as a grooming of who I'm here to be. So what I want you to do today is think about how your story is actually serving you, is serving other people. If you could look back and think, the most horrendous or the most disturbing, the darkest times, what could they teach me? If I was emotionally unattached and I could just observe these times, what were they trying to teach me? What did I learn from them? What did I need to overcome it? Or what do I think I need to be able to overcome it? So I just want to present to you that I believe our very specific struggles are here to teach us specific lessons, assignments, and gifts. And the biggest problem is that we don't look at it that way. We look at it like we're struggling and we're broken and we're shameful or we're bad or we're embarrassed, and we stay there. So the biggest thing that you can do is think, am I ready? Am I sick of feeling this way? Am I ready to look at it a different way? And just observing curiously, what could those things have taught you? Did they teach you to be more compassionate to other people? Did they teach you how to overcome? Did you maybe have to look to source or the universe to get through it so it really helped your faith? Did it help you lean on friends and receive support? So just think about what your biggest struggle, even just pick the one that comes to mind right away. What was it there to teach you? I'm getting hearts, thank you. So I just want to say that I want to give you some examples. Walt Disney, we know who Walt Disney was. He was fired from his first job for having no imagination and lacking ideas. So that thing that he was told probably got in there to him. And he thought, I don't know for sure, of course, but he thought, crap, I have no imagination or I'm lacking ideas. And that potentially taught him how to maybe be solid in what his ideas are and be like, no, you know what? You think I don't have ideas, but I do. And it pushed him to be the most imaginative with such creative ideas. Oprah, we all know beloved Oprah, was fired from having her job, first for being unfit for TV, and partly because of her race, partly because of they just thought she was awkward on camera. And then the next one was that she would get too emotionally invested in her TV stories being an anchor, and they couldn't sort of tame that. So she probably heard, you're too sensitive, you're too involved, you're not fit for TV, and look what it made her be. She was meant to be this person that would inspire the world through television. So of course she had to be told she wasn't fit for TV or wasn't the right fit, was too emotionally invested, because that was actually grooming her to be this person. So if she chose to believe it, if she chose to stay there, her story would become, I'm unfit for TV. But because she knew she was meant for something bigger, something kept her going to eventually uncover what her path was. She was a news anchor for a reason. She was already gravitated towards TV. Maybe that was exactly what she needed to push her with vigor in the other direction instead of believing it. The Rock, we all know The Rock, not a small guy. He was kicked out of Canadian football for not being powerful enough. But right after that, he got an opportunity for wrestling, which is where he started to blow up. So The Rock was told he wasn't powerful enough. So he had the choice to make that a story of, I'm not powerful enough, my name is Dwayne and I'm not powerful enough, or you tell me I'm not powerful enough. I want this. He became one of the most powerful people, strong people, that we think of. So Einstein's another great one. Didn't speak until he was 4 years old. His parents and his doctors actually called him mentally handicapped at some point. So he was held back mentally, didn't talk till he was 4, and came to be one of the best thinkers. So instead of becoming this story of, my name is Albert and I have a deficit, or people could grow up internalizing that. I didn't even talk till I was 4. I've never been smart enough. Whereas Einstein, when you hear Einstein, you think of great ideas, changing the world, and the way that we think of things. So that's a great example. I think you've probably heard Thomas Edison, the guy who invented the light bulb, tried 1,000 times and was told that he'll never invent anything because he wasn't smart enough. So we start to think of what we've been told, what we've had to overcome, specifically how that has to do with where our power is. I always knew that I wanted to help people deeply, but I was so messed up, is what I would call it. Drugs, alcohol, anxieties, eating disorder, mentally not doing well. And what it taught me, one of the many things, is compassion for others, that everybody has their journey, that people are struggling silently. It taught me that when I felt insecure with myself, especially when I was in my eating disorder and so self-conscious, that was my world. It overtook me. So when I have someone and see someone in my life that feels self-conscious, I can pull from that experience to go, fuck, I know what that feels like. And this is how I can be there for you. So I've learned how to be there for people that are struggling deeply. I could maybe not have known that if I didn't go through it firsthand. Eating disorder, it had me eventually find my passion for health and had me get certified and go to school for 4 years to be a nutrition consultant, because I had to go to that other side to find what wasn't working, to get lost in diets, to help other people get out and be healthy. I've also pushed away people in my life in order to learn how to receive. So I want you to think that your very specific struggles are gifts, and all it takes is to start to ask yourself, what is this teaching me? If this could be one big lesson in this ball of craziness, what would that lesson be? And start there. Start with what your exact struggles have been, and know that it's led you somewhere. I don't know if you know who Richard Branson is. He's the creator of Virgin Records, and also he's one of the richest people in the world, or in the US or something. Grew up with dyslexia. So instead of him thinking, my name is Richard and I have dyslexia, I have a deficit, he went on to create a very great, successful, happy life for himself. So we all have stuff. Thank you, you guys. Melissa, thank you for sharing. Florentina, thank you for the message. You love the message. I love it. Remember that your struggle is the portal to your power. And I know that when you're struggling, that can sound a little bit overwhelming, because you think, how do I get unstuck now though? Because it's easy one more day to keep drinking, or one more day to keep, not being held back, believing those beliefs about yourself, but it starts somewhere. So I recommend you ask yourself, am I ready to not feel this way anymore? Am I sick of feeling this way? And then shift to a curious question of, what could this be teaching me? The struggle. Look at my struggles that I shared. My eating disorder led me to become a nutrition consultant to help people with eating disorders. So it can be what have you had to overcome? I know people that have been told, again, they're not smart enough, gone on to be writers. Or J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter, she was a single mother on welfare when she wrote the books. So don't believe the limits. Don't believe what other people think that you should be, or what you've been labeled. You are a gift. You are needed. You are special. You are a light, and we need you to share that light. So let's look at what your struggles could be teaching you and consciously practice focusing on that, focusing on the thing that it taught you, because what you focus on expands. Focus on the gifts, focus on how you can pass your light and your message on to the rest of us, because we need you. We're going through a radical transformation and we need your gifts and your light. 10 minutes and 12 seconds, 10 minutes, I'm out. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.